So I saw this thing on the Tinternet streets.
Yeah.
And basically, it could have been a sketch. I don't know. I didn't see the story, but it was this woman, and she's in a restaurant, and this couple come in, and they're having a really nice conversation. It's their anniversary. She's like, "Oh my god, this is so amazing." Then the woman gets up to go to the toilet. When she gets up to go to the toilet, a Caucasian man comes up. It's a black couple. A Caucasian man comes up and starts saying to the man, "You need to tell your wife. You need to tell your wife. I'm good. You know, I love you. You need to tell your wife." And then he kisses him, and then he leaves. He's like, "Good, yeah, well, I'll do it. I'll do it." You know,
What? Wait. The white man says what to the...
The white man says to the black man, "You need to tell your wife. You need to tell your wife." And the black man's like, yeah, I know. It's just harder than you think, or some crap like that, yeah? And the black woman who was having a nice old time with them before the woman got up and went to the toilet is looking at them like, what is going on? So anyway, the Caucasian man leaves.
The
Caucasian man leaves. And then the black woman is like, oh my God, what have I just seen? Then the man's wife comes back to the table. And the black woman is like, you need to tell her. You need to tell her. And the black man's like, what? Sorry.
Oh,
what?
wait. So the woman listening in is like, you've got to tell...
Because
she gets involved.
Because before the woman went to the toilet, before the wife went to the toilet...
Okay.
They were having a good old chat saying, "Oh, it's my anniversary, aren't you special, la-di-da-di-da."
Yeah.
So she felt that she had made friends with them. So when the Caucasian man came, she felt betrayed for the wife. So she was like to the husband, "You need to tell her."
Oh, no.
Then she turned to the wife and says, "When you went to the toilet, a white man came in and he kissed him and he said that he loved him. You need to sort it out." So my question to you is, if you were in a restaurant or somewhere public and you saw something similar, would you say anything to the person who was being cheated on?
I don't know. Would I say something? I would feel so torn and conflicted. I'd also probably think it was a joke. Now, this is a setup. Because of the way of the world, I'd probably be like, this is a setup. This is too bait. Like, when do you ever see that type of scenario set up, like play out just like that? It would just be like, this is too dynasty for me. Would I say something? And I didn't know them and they were strangers. I don't know. I'd probably just do eyes to the man. I don't know if I'd actually say, you've got to say something. I don't know, because I think in that instance, I actually don't know what type of guy this is.
Yeah.
I don't know what type of setup it is. And I don't know if I'm causing, what would my words do? I'd like to ideally yes, morally, just don't do this. But who am I? Well, I don't know what's going on. Don't even know how good the chick is. She could be some terrible missus. And it could be that he's... The scenario with the Caucasian is actually the real relationship.
Right.
So I don't know. What would you do?
I would not say a word.
Yeah.
I would side-eye the person then.
Yeah.
I'd let them know that I had seen what I had seen.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, so how long have you been married again? Lovely. But I would not be the one to be like saying, you need to tell her. I'm not getting involved. It's like you said, what if they're both psycho?
Yeah.
And then they start going off on me? What if they've got an arrangement and actually that's okay? But the only person who doesn't know that it's okay and it's an arrangement was the Caucasian man.
Maybe. Or maybe it's a whole kink. Maybe it's a setup for later. Like they're going to get into it.
Maybe they're in a throuple.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And this is part of their act.
Their kink.
warm-up act.
Yeah.
You know, why would you get involved if it's someone that you don't actually know? It's not your friend. You literally just met them as you were sat down eating your food.
Yeah, that's wild. I'm not going to get involved because I don't know where it's going to lead to. Give very big, side eyes whenever I can catch the guy's eye, what? But then also, what's my time like? What have I got to do that day? I might have stuff to do. I got to go. So, yeah, that's wild, though. Yeah. It must have been a skit. I
didn't see the rest of it, but it looked like a skit.
No.
I think it was a skit. I think they were getting the woman who was like, you need to tell your wife.
Yeah.
Because how would they have filmed it otherwise? It was literally a skit.
That's another thing.
But
why is it filmed?
it's a skit. But it just made me be like, I wonder what I would do in that situation.
Yeah, what would I do? Yeah, no, definitely.
Because it's not like it's your friend. If it was your friend and they were playing this role on you, like say it was your friend and you just met the boyfriend or something like that and it happened, I'm telling you, as soon as you come out of the bathroom.
I'll literally be like, nah, do you know what he just did?
In fact, I'm getting up from my seat and I'm going to the bathroom.
He's in there with, there's a guy.
Exactly.
Quick.
Yeah, but not some stranger.
No, that's it.
Crazy deranged.
Way crazy and deranged. And on that note, welcome to Your Aunties Could Never. I'm Auntie AK and I'm here with...
I'm Auntie Farah, your resident Caribbean queen.
And
So I was going to say we're a fairy and a bit of shade down.
we're sans douane deux aunties. They have absconded. They have left the building. It is now the AK Farah show.
It's not.
The aunties are not here. They're having a sabbatical. Well, they'll be back next week. So it's just us two. You just got us two going through what we normally go through. So what you do need to do, of course, is boop the like button, boop the like button,
boop the like button, boop the like button, boop the like button, boop the like button, boop it. The
boop
like
it
button.
now.
And that's it.
Boop it.
Yes, it.
You must like, comment, and subscribe. You must share the thing. You must join our membership, which is only
$1.99.
$1.99.
Cheaper than the bag of chips.
Darling. And make sure that if you're going to leave your comments on our podcast airwaves, make sure it's 5 stars only, because otherwise we will return to sender.
Rebuke that.
Lightning
Less than
strikes
5
on you.
stars.
Fire bun. All that stuff.
I mean, not fire button. Like,
Well, yeah, because if you don't subscribe,
that's a
and you don't leave, if you leave horrible comments, fire bun you. Yes.
like, I don't say that.
Yeah, but if you cuss us,
Oh yeah, if you cuss us,
Then fire.
then
Exactly.
ban you all day. But I wasn't
Exactly.
thinking about that. I just thought maybe not 5. Like,
no, you have to do 5, because why would you?
It's
if,
true.
if we tell you to do 5,
like, what's the point of doing stuff if you're not going to do 5? Like,
yeah, because like, why would you do 4?
Why would you do 3?
Exactly. So then
Yeah.
at that point, you're not listening to
Yeah,
what we're
that's my point.
saying.
Don't comment, innit?
Then you're fire.
Yeah.
Then you're fire bun because you're not listening to the task. I think that's a fair point.
Fair enough. I
All
get
right.
it. You worked me around. It's fine. It's fine.
Let's get into our enemies of progress. So,
All right, G.
all right. So my enemy of progress, first and foremost, is Alexis Sky. Because first of all, she went on an interview on Atlanta's Kiss 104.1 FM radio station, and she's giving a big and talking about how she's going to vote for Donald Trump because under Donald Trump, the economy was popping. Basically talking about the stimulus checks that both Biden and Trump gave everybody, by the way. Just that Trump put his name on the ones that he gave out,
course he did.
by the way.
Of course
But
he did.
there seems to be a lot of people, and Alexis Sky says her generation, the younger folks, are all on Trump's nuts because they feel like the economy was popping, he was giving out checks, and they're all like, yeah, under Trump it's all good. So she's saying Trump's got the young guns on lock like her, and she's voting for Trump. And she didn't even know. She goes, and then she's like, vote for anyone. You vote for Trump or the other one. She didn't even know what Kamala's
the
name
other
is.
one.
Yeah, she didn't know Kamala's name, and she wanted to not. Basically, her way is like she didn't want to get the name wrong, but she just seemed uninformed and annoying.
She didn't want to say Camilla.
Right, exactly.
was.
And then after that, after this little clip went viral, obviously the internet came for her and rinsed her, because also apparently she's got a child with learning difficulties and
Okay.
needing needs extra support. And so they were like, well, why would you even support Trump? Because he's talking about getting rid of the education policy and the institution
Yeah.
that's after education and leaving it he's doing this thing where he wants to leave everything up to the individual states and stuff like that. So people are like, why would you want to support someone that basically his policies could affect your child's well-being? Because there will be less resources to help a child of yours, like yours, who has needs. So then the next minute she whips around and is like, I'm now no longer voting for Trump. I don't know if she said she's going to vote for Kamala, but she said she's definitely not going to be voting for Trump anymore. She's read a few things and now she's not.
Oh God.
So I mean, when I saw it, she was actually an enemy because, like, do you know what? It's not just her; it's all celebrities who are ill-informed, who are talking big talk about who they're voting for without doing the research.
part.
Obviously, I'm not exactly a fan of Trump, so I'm going to say anyone who's saying they're voting for Trump is annoying me. But generally, if you don't know the facts, there's no need to go on in
Yeah,
public.
don't speak on it, innit?
Yeah.
If you're not armed with any kind of knowledge at all, just say I don't actually know,
Right.
and I'm not in a position to say who anybody should vote for one way or another. All I know is that maybe this would benefit me. This is what I would like to see. Say that.
Yeah.
Don't come out and start saying you're going to vote for him, and then when you actually find out what he stands for, other than giving you a check, is he stands for nothing and nonsense. Trump was on a show the other day, and he was basically saying that any school that wants to teach slavery, that he is gonna. I can't remember if he's gonna find them or he's gonna do something anyway because he doesn't believe that it should be taught.
Yeah.
Someone like that who doesn't want to teach history in all its forms shouldn't be leading the country.
No.
Not at all.
There's so many things that I don't understand why people are looking at him as a viable candidate. And it's interesting because, was it Laura Trump? His son's wife was on the Breakfast Club, which they kind of annoyed me because
Yeah.
I think they made her They gave her, yes, I understand platforms giving everybody a platform to speak, because it is, at the end of the day, you let anybody speak. They show their arse if they want to. They, you know what I mean? It's like showing fair and balance. And Charlemagne always says he's not affiliated with any political party. He is very vocal about not voting for Trump, but he's also about, fair and being non-biased in the conversation. But Laura really kind of sold Trump quite well in her conversation, even though I didn't like what she was saying, and I felt like Charlemagne tripped up a few times, but there are a lot of people who thought she did a good job. So it's just platforming these people. I think also platforms that have influence need to be careful. But I guess if you're not biased.
Yeah, if you're supposed to be impartial, then you have to have everybody on to say they give their 2 cents, right? But I despair. I feel sorry for the Americans at the moment, in all honesty. I really do. You lot are in the same situation that we were in with the two evils. I just think that people are seeing Trump through rose-coloured glasses. I really believe that they forget how bad people were affected during his presidency. And I'm not saying that what Kamala has done with the Biden administration has been terrific. It absolutely has not. And they have really showed their asses in the last year, 100%. But Trump is just an awful man.
Yeah. And he's
an absolutely awful man who cares about nothing other than power and money. He has no qualifications. Let's not forget, he actually doesn't have any qualifications to be president. He doesn't know what he's talking about. His policies are not his policies. There's stuff that he's been told to say, and then he says it, but then regurgitates it with a lot of nonsense at the same time. Like, why would you even want this person representing what you say is the greatest country in the world?
Yeah, it's long.
It's crazy to me.
It's long. We'll keep you posted. November 5th is coming.
Bonfire Day.
Exactly.
Jeez. Bonfire Day.
Big. Well, not for them.
No, but I'm just saying for us. Bonfire Day.
Yeah.
Fires in the streets.
Yeah.
My enemy of progress is everybody that has been chatting shit about Glorilla.
Mate, what's going on?
Mate.
Everyone's got an opinion.
So a video went viral of her having her makeup done. And it was an old video as well. It wasn't even a new video. Like, this makeup artist did her makeup quite a while ago and has just recently posted it. So it went viral, and then people were in the comments basically cussing her about her appearance. Like, spouting proper negative comments about what she looks like and what she should have done and how it should be fixed and the state of her makeup and all of these things. So she, rightly so, went on live, and she was like, I don't really care what any of you lot think about me. I'm happy being me, and you lot need to think about your self-love before you come around yassa and tell me anything. She didn't say yassa, obviously.
She didn't.
But she said however she says it in her accent. But I really rate her for stepping into the live to just basically let people that do look like her and are natural just know that I'm beautiful. You can feel beautiful however. And the people that are hating on her, if she went now and did something to herself, those same people will be in the comments again, chatting shit, talking about how, what does she do to herself? She looks like a Barbie, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you can't have it both ways, mate. Make it make sense, innit?
Yeah, I think it's just a whole bunch of hateration for no reason. She's having a phenomenal year. She's really representing female rappers. She's just blowing everything out of the window. And she's just really representing real, true rap, where rap is in such a freaking down the toilet at the moment. So Glorilla, I'm glad she addressed them. And, we would like our celebrities not to be affected by what goes on in the social media streets, but it's so hard to act unaffected. And sometimes addressing people and telling people about themselves reminds people not to be keyboard warriors.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you don't understand. I mean, people do know now, at this point in time, everybody knows that words hurt. It doesn't matter. Sticks and stones, yeah, all of that. But to be fair, seeing millions and hundreds and thousands of people commenting on your face. And even if you have any personal insecurity, that's why, to be fair, even us doing this, being in the public space, I think for the long time that I've been doing the British Blacklist, where I've had to be front facing, I had to go through so much of not being so insecure about how I look, because I know that at a certain point people are going to have something to say. So far, luckily, I've not really had anyone say anything negative about me. I think we generally haven't had bad comments. I don't think we have. As aunties.
No, I don't think that we have. But you're absolutely right. When you put yourself out there, you are concerned. You're open to negative feedback, and people just sometimes want to say stuff because they want it to go viral and for them to get likes. You know, a lot of these people that are commenting on her appearance, like, what do you look like?
What, that's the part. Like, what do you look like in your
what
drawers
makes-
and your...
Right, but also even if you aren't the most you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Commercially pretty. Who's to say that there's anything wrong with that either? But you're there bashing the keyboards, slating off this poor girl who's just out here trying to do her, you know, live her life and make her music. What I really liked as well is that she came back and she said, look, you see me natural out here every day.
Yeah.
This is not new. She came on live natural too. It's like, you lot see me when I go to the gym. This is how I look. Do you think I'm ashamed of how I look? I'm not. What she did say as well is that she wasn't happy at the time with the makeup artist, and then the makeup artist came on, posted something saying, oh, I think she felt quite bad about the way that Glorilla had commented about the makeup. But she, to Glorilla's benefit, she did mention at the time that she wasn't happy, and probably that's why she's not posted it. It was more of a case of, why are you using this old thing now to post it? Is it because I'm popping off? But it's not even a good representation of how I would do my makeup
today.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of that. And I just think fans need to calm down, or people in the social media streets need to calm down. Did you see that Cardi B, someone called CPS on her kids, and she had CPS, their child protection services, show up at her door like at either 11 or 1 a.m, some random time, and it seems to be a prank.
Like she's leaving her kids on their own.
But even just the fact that you guys think it's funny, like, I don't understand the disconnect where your actions have knock-on effects, because calling CPS on somebody is not something to be sniffed at.
No.
And if they, you know, even if, like, imagine if she had just whatever, something maybe a little bit left that, you know, sometimes as parents, you're rushing around and some things might not be perfect. That could have been just could have been a coincidental knock-on effect. So people just need to calm down, like, think about your actions. Things hurt. Actual physical actions are dangerous. Like, what are you doing?
These celebrities are human at
Yeah,
the end
they
of the
are.
day, and they're living real lives, and they've got real feelings. So just think about that it's not a reality, not even a reality show. That's not right. It's not a fictional show. It's not a dramatization. Their lives are not a dramatization. Yes, when they come out and they show up, it's probably a stretch of their character when they're performing, but they have got homes to go to, and they have got lives to lead. To lead. So people just need to bear that in mind when they're going off on these people.
Yeah, 100%. All right, so a bit more serious now, even more serious. In the UK, we have had a police officer cleared of shooting and killing a young man called Chris Cabba. So a jury at the Old Bailey on the 21st of October acquitted police officer Martin Blake of the murder of Chris Cabba, who was fatally shot during a vehicle stop in Streatham, South London in 2022. Blake claimed he fired the shot in a split-second decision, believing his colleagues were in immediate danger. Chris Cabba, who was 24, was unarmed at the time. He was driving a car that was linked to a previous shooting and had attempted to flee when stopped by the police. He's an aspiring rapper. He has had some criminal linkages and stuff like that. However, he was unarmed, and that split decision ended in his life being lost. And then this police officer has been found not guilty. There've been protests at the Old Bailey.
Peaceful protests.
Peaceful protests. Very, very careful to say that. Peaceful protests to just to say this is not right. There was no reason for Chris Cabba to be dead. No
and to
reason
say
at
that
all.
it was a split decision. So after the officer was cleared and was basically told you can go back to work tomorrow, full pay, nothing, your record clear. They released the body cam footage of the incident. Now you do see Chris Cabba driving to get away because the police had cornered him.
in.
That's it. They'd hemmed him in. So he was driving to get away. And there's a point where one of the officers, I can't remember if it's the officer that actually fires the bullet, jumps on the car.
I think it's the other one, wasn't it?
Was it the other one?
I think so.
So my point with all of this is to say that it was a split-second decision. That is not possible, because if you look at the incident and how the things unfolded, Chris Cabba had both hands on the steering wheel.
As he was ordered to do.
As he was ordered to do. So at what point are you fearful of your colleagues who have basically hemmed in this car? He can't escape. There's nowhere for him to go. So how do you feel like it's a split-second decision? And what's been really disgusting is since the verdict, they are now, and they were trying this before during the case, they are really going for painting this person as a criminal. And I'm not going to sit here and say that he was innocent in all walks of his life. But the point is about the incidents which killed him. And the incidents which killed him, he actually was complying with the police and didn't deserve to be shot in the head and killed. No. I don't understand why these trained marksmen don't know how to shoot to wound. Why must it always be that you shoot to kill?
Exactly. Like, there's so many things you could have done to prevent his death. The split second, I don't believe either. And also, apparently, Martin Blake wrote a 24-page statement, but refused to speak in court. So he was like, no comment in that respect. And it's like to avoid double, triple scrutiny and stuff like that. And that's all that you had. You were allowed to submit a statement, and that's it. You weren't challenged in the court in a way that could at least really pick apart why you decided to do that. And how many other people in the, again, because I'm stating that it's the UK because there's a lot of misconception that this stuff doesn't happen here. We don't have loads of armed police all the time. We have special forces, we have special police who are armed, but it happens
also
over
with
here.
Armed police is just armed police. They are killing people differently.
Yeah.
You don't need to. There's people that have been killed with tasers. There's people that have been suffocated. There's people who have been killed in police custody.
Yeah.
There's all types of
all
things.
Of that.
I'm just gonna read this. It was on Danny fucking Price's.
Big up, Danny.
Big up Danny every day. It was on his Instagram, and he says. He's just quoting some facts. The Metropolitan Police Commissioner has called for more legal protection for officers who use lethal force.
Imagine.
The last time a police officer was successfully prosecuted in the UK was concerning the death of somebody was in 2021 when the PC Benjamin Monk was found guilty of the manslaughter of Dalian Atkinson, but cleared of his murder, despite tasering him to the ground and kicking him in the head so hard that it left a bootlace print on Dalian's forehead. That was in 2016. The last time a police officer was successfully convicted of murder was when David Oluwale was assaulted and then drowned in the river in Ayr, Leeds by 2 officers in 1969. Nobody was convicted for the murder of Mark Duggan in 2011. Nobody was convicted of the murder of Jean-Charles de Mendes in 2005. Nobody was convicted for the murder of Harry Stanley in 1999. No police officers has been convicted of murder in the last 50 years.
That's the UK, guys. That's the UK, folks. That's supposed to be safe.
Yet for all, the Metropolitan Police are asking for more legal protection.
Don't understand it. Because it's not like they're challenged every day.
And if I had the time, I would read the stats of how many people have died in police custody.
Yeah. So all of that. We're suffering over here too, and it's just long. I don't know what else to say that Chris Kaba shouldn't be dead. If he was a criminal, he can do time for the crimes that he committed. Do you know what I mean? That's what the legal system's for. Right. So find him legally guilty of whatever crimes he's been alleged to have committed. That's different, but it's not death by police. That's not the law. What we're doing rule of here? Law. We don't even have the death penalty over here, so there's no justice by police. Yeah. It shouldn't be that.
No justification.
There's no way. So I respect for everyone that turned up and has been peacefully protesting. I'm not averse to other forms of protesting because I think peaceful protesting is a brainwash and it's the way they're trying to take away our rights. Like, you have the right to be angry. I'm not inciting violence, but you have the right to be angry when our liberties are taken away from us. So, but yes, respect to those who turned up and supporting the family at this time. Because also all the things that even for whether or not he's a roadman or not, what are the circumstances that lead to certain people being in that position anyway? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's so many things. So many things that you can't just write him off as, because there's a lot of people in the comments. They're like, well, man was on road. So and what? People have got their stories about, well, I had this situation. Da, 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 da. There's always those road rumours. But at this point of time, what he did in this moment was be in a car, get hemmed in by police, got told to stop, which he complied. He complied by the orders. There was no rustling around for them to think that we've seen the evidence, not even me just speculating or defending. Nothing to show that he was erratic. They didn't even know who was in the car. They actually did not know who was in the car. So there's nothing for that.
And when I'm saying, sorry, one last point. When I'm saying so what, that's not me justifying anything that he may or may not have done.
No.
What I'm saying is we have to go on a case-by-case basis.
Yep.
And they don't have the authority to shoot to kill just because he may have committed a crime in the past. If that was the case, there'd be a lot of dead police outside.
Right.
Not inciting violence.
Not inciting violence at all.
Okay, so we've been talking a lot about documentaries lately.
Yeah, we have.
And there's a lot of documentaries coming out. I love a good documentary, I can't lie, but sometimes it's getting oversaturated. Everyone thinks that they've got a story to tell. However, I'm a little bit excited by this one, but he is a little bit of an enemy at the same time. So Shine has released a trailer for a documentary that he is doing. It's coming out in the next month, I believe. And in the trailer, he's talking about his trajectory from little boy to person that writes raps to person who gets a big deal, starts becoming famous, then becomes involved in the shooting, the infamous shooting which P. Diddy was involved in, gets sent to prison, comes out and reforms himself and ends up being like quite a huge proper politician in Belize. So the story talks about that. Now in the trailer, it does seem like he's going to spill some tea on Diddy, which is why I kind of want to watch it. Because we were even talking about Shine quite recently in our Diddy update when we were saying he was interviewed and they were asking him about it and he was like, that man ruined my life.
Yeah.
Let's not pretend that he's my best friend. You know, he ruined my life. I thought I was protecting him, but he ruined my life.
Yep.
So I'm interested to see what's changed from him not really divulging too much information to now he's doing this documentary. What is he going to say? Is he going to say anything? Is it going to be another one of those documentaries where it's just surface level?
All tea, no water.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah. Just a bag.
Just a bag.
So that's why I'm like, I will watch the documentary and then I will decide if he is a true enemy. But for the moment, he's in the garden.
The thing is do you know what's annoying? Is like when you're asked about what your part in it, your opinions are on it, and you're saying, I'm not going to say too much, I'm just going to say he was ABC and I was the fall guy for this situation. It kind of feels like now that this documentary is coming up, you're holding all back to put it in a documentary for money, for what's the outcome? Is it for the greater good of truth telling, which documentaries are supposed to be, or is it for you to make a buck and then capitalize on your story, which, yeah, you have every right to, but in the name of all that's going on, there's a little bit of an icky bit where you're holding back and you're dropping tea and trailers and teasers for something. I know there's the business of TV and all that type of stuff, so I get you have to get people to watch it, but there's something in it that's a little bit nasty.
Icky.
I think. Yeah.
What I will say though is, just the trailer alone, it wasn't just about the Diddy thing.
Yeah, it's
of
like him
course, millions
himself.
of people are going to tune in to watch him divulge or not about Diddy. But just even looking at the story, if you remove Diddy from it, he's had a really crazy life.
Yeah, he has.
You know, what he's managed to achieve, despite all the adversity, is like quite inspiring.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in that as well. I'm interested to see what made him go into politics, what made him so successful about it. You know, I appreciate how passionate he is about his island. I want to know more about that sort of stuff. So let's see.
Yeah, you know, I mean, look, there's, as you said, there's a bigger story about him, around him. It's just coincidental and timing and all of that stuff. So it's just a bit like, if we can just take the ick out of all this stuff and it's just a normal documentary. But we'll see. I will watch it.
Allowed to talk before.
Yeah, there's all of that, the NDA life. All right, my enemy of progress is just a nastiness. I want to bring back shame to the internet because it's enough now. There's an OnlyFans girl who shared her eye infection after having a train run on her.
Ran through by 101 men, and my eyes are still recovering from all the bodily fluids that went in them.
Yeah.
So OnlyFans creators Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips, both in their mid-20s, have faced backlash, which so they should, after they posted a viral video on Instagram.
I went viral for letting 23 guys run a train on me with my friend Bonnie. Now, that video is actually out now, so if you want to check that out, you know where to go. But if you want to be a part of the next one, I'm actually doing 100 guys in one day. So head on over to my Twitter to find out how to apply.
Who also revealed that she's had received over 5,000 messages from students and even older men, including dads and uncles, wanting to participate in their challenge.
Yo.
So all of that. But my thing is, this is not sex shaming. This is like, if this is what you want to do, I don't know the legalities of all of this because I know filming it for OnlyFans and all
She's
that
not
stuff.
getting paid, is she? Like, by the men.
Okay, so it's just free will. Okay. But then somehow indirectly you will get money off the
course.
OnlyFans. Okay, so whatever that is, that's your business. I think that's your business. But I think where can the shame be implemented? Maybe you don't take to camera to talk about how you got pink eye. Maybe I want to unleash a bit of auntie wisdom and say, my dear nieces, well,
not my niece.
Not my niece. That's exactly that. Not my niece.
No.
Ladies of the internet, and especially to
Not of the night,
ones
of
that
the
could
internet.
be of the internet, that could be my niece. Those of you could be my nieces, don't be inspired. Don't get into this nonsense. There's no need to have men lining up.
It's gross.
It's just, I just don't think. I'm okay. No, yeah, I'm judging.
No,
Don't do it.
it's
Don't do it.
gross.
Yeah, it
We're
is.
like, I'm all for being
Free will.
free with, your sexuality
Yeah,
and
have fun.
your sexual preferences and, your sexual exploration. But this is nasty.
It
It
is.
is pure nastiness, like they
Yes.
used to say back in the day.
Yeah.
It's nasty because the thing is, there's a queue as far as the eye can see.
Over hill and yonder. Of men.
Over the hill and
It says-
far away.
It doesn't just say men. It said people. So maybe it's anybody.
But it's gross because
It's a lot of few-
what's
it's a
she
lot.
doing in between each one?
Is she
She
having a wash?
must boot. She must absolutely stink. There's no time to wash. She must
That
absolutely.
might be.
She's what this chick's doing. I guarantee you, she's using a wet wipe. I guarantee you, she's
She
just
might
using
go
a
and have
wet
a
wipe.
little shower
She
and-
ain't having a shower. She wouldn't be able to bang as many men as she's been banging in the time that she's been
And
doing
also,
it.
that's a lot
If she
of-
was having, if they did a test on her. It's just a lot of skin and just like the hygiene levels of it is what is distressing me. That's what's
Do you know
distressing
what?
me.
Do you know what because then my mind goes to, are they okay? Are you mentally okay? And I don't like to always it doesn't mean, if you have a high sex drive and you have these fantasies, doesn't always mean that you're sexually deranged, mad, or you've
Yeah.
got brain issues. It doesn't mean that. But then we tend to go like, is everything okay? Were you raised okay? Something happened at home? Do you know, all of that stuff. But they could just be like, we're up for it. We'll have a laugh, have a bang. We're having a gang bang. We're having a ball.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's gross. Again, it's the hygiene of it for me.
I think
so if she
so.
slept with 130 men in her life. People in her life. Okay, I'm not going to judge you.
24.
I'm still not going to judge you.
Okay.
In all honesty.
All right.
Like, I'm still not going to judge you. Because if you've got a high sex drive and that's what you want to
And
do.
you need to get that out.
Then there's men out there that slept with 10 times that
And
amount.
that's the part I would not like to.
That's why I'm saying it.
Men
'cause
can-
I'm not,
no, I'll judge a
yeah.
man.
Well, oh, you would.
I would judge a man. Hold on. Okay, look. No. Okay, look.
What, in a day or in life?
In a day.
Yeah, okay.
I would.
No,
if
I'm
my
talking about
if
in
I-
life.
Okay, in life.
No, I am saying, if someone slept with 130 men, women in their life, then just, crack on, carry on.
Okay, yeah.
It's the in a day for me because
That's a lot.
it's the hygiene levels of it.
And how
Like,
long
are
was-
you
was
not
each
sore?
session?
Are you not sore? Yeah, how do you control how long someone lasts? Because are you allowing them to climax?
Finish.
Because
Or
if
was
you,
it just like a dip in, dip out? Just get on, get
Ew.
off.
Ew. Like how? What?
Does she?
What
What's
are
her
the rules?
pleasure? What's the pleasure of it?
What? Yeah. What are the rules?
Maybe she excites easily. So maybe it's like,
So then when she's done, it's done.
yeah,
Regardless if they're done.
whatever. There has to be
You
some
know, it
rules
must
and
be
stuff.
timed. I reckon it must be timed because there's porn stars that have done this before.
Yes.
Yeah, there was. There's
There
porn
was
stars.
there was a documentary about
Yes, there was.
that chick that did it.
Yes.
And it was a lot.
And I feel like it was timed. Maybe it's like they give them each. 10
either way,
minutes.
not my niece, not my
Not
child,
my niece,
not my son,
not my
nephew,
relative, not my godchild,
Try
not
tell me
my
this.
friend's godchild.
Do not be inspired.
no one
not
that's-
my godchild.
No one that is in 6 degrees of separation of me.
No one in my vicinity. Don't come and tell me that you're influenced by this nonsense.
No.
And again, I think just bring back a little bit of shame because you can advertise it to people that need it to be need it.
Why does
to
she
be
have
ad-
pink eye?
Well, she wears. There's a picture of her like that, like oh my eyes pink. Like
Yeah, why?
Because of fluids.
Ew, stop
Because that's a lot-
it. Because that's my point. That's why I'm asking you. That's why I'm saying it to you. Because what do you mean? All these people, you don't even know. They're doing that in your face. Come
I
on.
wonder if there was a vet as well, like as in the vetting. Like, did they bring their
needs a vet.
did they bring their sexual health
They
check
must have to.
result?
They must be
You
clean.
say must have to. People are wild out here in these streets. Is there always protection used?
There must be.
Well, you keep saying must.
In
This word
this in this
must.
hair day and age, there better be.
You keep
How can you
saying
be doing
must.
stuff without protection?
I'd like to.
You've got to have a death warrant.
What do
Death
her
wish.
parents say? Because there is that. We've already said we wouldn't have it, would we? If
I would find a cage and cage you in for the rest of your life.
What if like this is what
I would
need?
section you.
I'm watching Dexter right now, right? And Dad Harry
Like,
realised that Dexter had a need, and he trained him.
yeah, I remember that actually. Yeah,
He actually go, no, I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm trying, the segue was wild, but I'm just saying that the parent recognised a need in their child to be fulfilled, so they gave them strict guidelines.
Become their agent, or pimp, should I say?
Oh
No, that's not happening.
You just can't do it, can you? You can't.
You just can't.
As a
It's just-
parent.
it's
I mean,
the
Harry was wrong for
hygiene.
teaching Dexter how to murder.
Of course he was, but it's the hygiene of it all for me. It's gross. Like you had pink eye as a result of pink
I mean,
eye
it might not.
fluctuations.
All right, cool.
gross.
Anyway, look, guys, bring back shame on the internet. That's an
For
enemy
that
of
stuff,
progress.
definitely.
Don't talk about
if
it.
her eyes like that, what's the rest of her like?
Everything's shriveled.
Ew.
Everything's withered. Everything's sore.
So gross.
Just don't do it. And listen, that's my auntie. Don't do it. All right, have you got any more? There is also another enemy. A white content creator calls a black man a drug dealer. So there's a white woman out there called Celestia Barbie. She's apparently a life coach who empowers teenagers and adults to develop essential role model skills at this academy, and she's also got a podcast. However, she was at a creative awards event and decided to cut into a red carpet interview that Back's Chat star, there's a UK chat show type thing that's called Back Chat, and one of the stars is a guy called My Name is China. I don't know what his real name is, but his My Name is China. So he was having an interview on the red carpet. She cut in talking about drug dealer.
You know, because it's smaller, I would say...
Drug deal.
You know that's very stereotypical.
It is very stereotypical still.
Why did you shoot to drug deal first?
Random. I couldn't hear what she said prior or why she felt the need to cut into this interview or troll this interview and say drug dealer. And he was like, "But bruv, what? Like, chick, why are you calling me a drug dealer?
Why did you reach? Why was that your go-to?
It was banter.
But I don't. Why was you your banter? Why was? But
Because I'm drunk and it was banter.
interesting. It's okay.
If you know my personality.
It's okay. I don't know your personality. I've never met you. I just met
Well-
you now.
Then she does. It's not about race. I'm
I
not.
just
When
found
it
it
mentions
interesting.
about race, it was a racist
I didn't say anything.
approach.
Wow. Why are we bringing up race into this?
Because I
Wow.
feel like that's how you're taking it.
No, you're doing victim mentality. You know what this is? This is the white female complex. Like you're bringing race into things. I've not spoken about race.
So why did you take it offensive
Because
then?
you spoke about drug deals when I'm in a shirt and bow tie at an award show.
Because it was banter.
But it's not funny though.
Go away, piss off, don't get involved, and don't write off your nonsense racism as banter because you tried it. Why would you say drug dealer? Man's minding his own business doing the
Yeah.
red carpet thing, and you're coming to get involved. Shut up and piss off. You're supposed to be a life coach empowering teenagers and adults. You come and do shit like this. Piss off.
I was thinking when you said life coach, whose life?
Whose life?
I was
Who's
thinking
coaching?
that. I mean, it's same old, isn't it? Whenever you call a racist after they're making
But
racist
the thing is, he didn't
remarks.
even say that.
Okay.
He didn't say racist. I'm saying it now. It's racist what she did.
Why did she then say it's not about race?
Because she was.
he said,
because
why would you call me that?
And that's it. He didn't. He was leading.
I get
he didn't.
it.
He didn't
Yeah,
say
yeah,
a
yeah.
word.
So
He
whenever
actually
you
didn't say.
highlight to
Yes.
a racist person
Yes.
that they are
Doing
being
racisms.
racist without actually calling them
Yep.
racist, doing racisms,
Yep.
they always then say, "Oh, it's just jokes.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean it like that.
Right.
Oh, I'm not racist. Oh, I've got black friends. Oh, I wouldn't have said it like that.
Yeah,
oh, it's
exactly.
not that at all. Why would you think that?" But they're always the one that bring up the word, I'm not racist. It's or it's not about race, or I have a black friend. Why do you need to do that if you think your comment was all right? Like why wouldn't you say a banker? Or
That's the
an
point.
estate agent or your politician? That's a slur.
I know of someone who was standing with a group of friends, and he was just talking about something that's coming up. He said he's going to be on TV, and then someone else said, "Oh, what do you mean, Crime Watch? Why did you go to Crime Watch?
What?
Why did you go to Crime Watch? Why would you go to that? Why would you not say, oh, what are you going to be on?
Strictly Come Dancing?
Are you
or
going to be on
something like that?
MasterChef?
Yeah. Mastermind.
Mastermind. Great British Bake Off. You went straight
Anything.
to. But then, and then when the guy kind of challenged the person, then the person turned on the tears and I wasn't being racist. And then
Why are you
imagine
so aggressive?
He got reprimanded for making that person feel bad. It's shit. I don't yeah.
Yeah. She can go in the bin.
She can go right in the bin.
She can go
Oh
in the
my
bin.
gosh, I forgot a big story. A big one.
Go on.
Donald Trump's being sued by this exonerated five. That was one of big enemy of Donald
even
Trump.
put your name under
Again,
that one.
I did. I forgot. Didn't scroll properly. So basically, guys, if you don't know who the Central Park Five are, now known as the exonerated five because they were found not guilty and finally released, you've got Yusuf Salam, Raymond Santana, Kevin Richardson, Antron Brown, and Corey Wise. They were a group of black and Latino teenagers wrongfully convicted in 1989 for the assault and rape of a jogger in Central Park. They were exonerated in 2002 after DNA evidence and a confession identified the true perpetrator. If you don't know that story, watch When They See Us.
On Netflix.
Ava DuVernay's series on Netflix.
It's brilliant.
It's
Very
brilliant,
sad.
powerful,
Have
yeah.
your tissues and prepare to be emotional.
That's the whole story. However, now the men known as the exonerated five, as I said, are suing Donald Trump for false and defamatory statements made during a September presidential debate. So Trump.
What? Hold on, wait, what?
Yeah,
He said something recently?
Yes, during a presidential debate in September, Trump claimed they said they pled guilty in response to Kamala Harris's criticism of his past involvement in the case. Because during the time of the case, Donald Trump, though he never mentioned them, he took out an ad talking about bring back the death penalty, but it was all very coincidental that it was when this was happening.
But he had spoken about them.
And then that's the thing. So
Yeah.
but this specifically, the ad itself, which implied giving them young kids the death penalty, this is what the big furor was. So basically, he also falsely stated recently if they pled guilty, they badly hurt a person, killed a person ultimately. And so the law...
Wait, what?
Yes, he said that. The lawsuit accuses Trump of making these comments negligently and with reckless disregard for their falsity. So after the recent debate, Yusuf Salam, he's the one who's...
Isn't he a political candidate?
Yeah, he's now a political candidate, and he's the one that's been done a lot more activism out of all
Yeah.
of them. He introduced himself to Trump saying, I'm Yusuf Salam, one of the exonerated five. So Trump allegedly responded, you're on my side then. So he obviously didn't know who he was. And then Salam was like, no, I'm not on your side. Then Trump waved his hand and walked away. So Trump's spokesperson, Stephen Chung, dismissed the lawsuit as just another frivolous election interference lawsuit.
Okay.
And just to let you clearly know, in 2014, the exonerated five settled a lawsuit with New York City for $41 million following their wrongful conviction and imprisonment. So the fact that Donald Trump is still standing on his mouth today to talk shit about them, sue them, yes. I hope they get everything.
Me too. I did know that he came out and said something a few years back where he was basically saying, well, they're guilty.
Yeah.
Even after
now.
they've been exonerated.
Yeah.
But I didn't realise he had said it as recently as September.
Yes, at a presidential
That's
rally.
wild.
You know, he's just saying wild statements. And these guys have been through so much. If you watch When They See Us, so much.
It's
Some of them
heartbreaking.
were... I don't know if every single one went through abuse and
is
beating
it-
and stuff like that, but
is
they
it Corey?
all...
Who's the-
Corey was the one who had the
So
most devastating
Corey
story.
was the one. His story was the most devastating because he wasn't even present
Right.
at the time. He wasn't even in the park or anywhere near the park, and he only went with his friend to the police
And he
station
got
to
railed
support
in.
his friend, and he got railed in. And because he was the eldest out of all of them, he got put into basically big man jail.
Was it Rikers? I don't know if he went to Rikers, but
It was one of those ones.
hard, like,
he
male
went to
pre-
a proper
yeah.
hard jail and just suffered incredible, devastating consequences of being jailed at such a young time.
Yeah.
And for Trump to still be coming out in this here day and age,
Right.
talking about, well, they admitted to it. They were children.
Yeah.
They weren't allowed to have their parents with them during the interrogations.
They were threatened.
They were threatened.
Yeah.
They were withheld food. They weren't allowed to sleep. They weren't allowed to do anything. And in that same old time, that same old tradition of
They were
force
coerced.
them into saying something, make them so worn out and worn down until you can force them into signing whatever it is because you're telling them, just sign this, you can go home.
So yeah, bun Trump again.
Yeah.
And that, guys, has been Your Aunties Could Never. Your Aunties Could Never.
Ever.
Farah. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Peace out. Peace out down.
No.